You kind of talked about why it's important for children to see black men kind of within this role. I think you hit that right on the head. Um, Tell me about what stereotypes black do you hope is kind of dismantled or broken down by, of course, this discussion and just in general. Like, what stereotypes do you think should be dismantled?
I mean that black males are aggressive or that don't know how to, you know, deal with children. And it's I feel like that's a stereotype, that we're not sensitive. We're not considerate. We just have the mindset to just toughen up and not necessarily realize of the disability part of it, and to even just in any aspect of life, you know, that's a stereotype that we just don't necessarily feel, and it's
Hmm.
just it's not true.
Right.
We can show compassion. We can be there for children and work well with children. But so I just hope that me being in this field can give her different aspects to say that oh, I had a male therapist because this is um, a predominantly female uh, business,
Hmm.
or you don't see too many males, so it's like sometimes women don't want, sometimes parents don't want men as therapists because they don't see it and they don't feel like they'll be as compassionate. And
Hmm.
it's not necessarily true. Like we're all human,
Right.
so we all have the capacity to be compassionate towards a child. Um, it's just, although we might not necessarily on certain things we might be a little tough on that on a
Hmm.
child, but it's just not that we don't show compassion, we just show it differently.
I appreciate you saying that the aspect of being a little tougher because I think about, of course, in I'm gonna say the word typical, um, a typical household, right? There's always one person, right, who's more lenient than the other. There's always one person that's the very one that's like, hey, I said no. But they can go ahead and go run, to the other parent and say, I want to do, and that person will say yes. And so I really, really appreciate you, in fact, breaking down the importance, um, pretty much the importance of understanding that Black men, right, as a whole, can be vulnerable.